Hello everybody, this is Spirelli and welcome back to Disco Elysium. We just told the guy that we wouldn't help him. It seems like we definitely have the option to reconsider. Note, in case of a strike, press button behind guard. This is the door we just came out of. So, oh, we're on here. Which button behind this guard? Because I can't go there. Measurehead is a powerful man. The right stuff, Measurehead. Oh, Measurehead. Not soft and neat like other man. Okay, I guess it's him. Hey there.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
The young woman at the giant's side agrees. Say nothing, size him up first.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology?
A ripple of muscle passing underneath your skin. He lets you look.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger, because you are not a threat to me.
My body is unimportant. I'm with the police and I have police business with you.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al-Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust as if he is smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Alcohol. Is that it? Right, I'm an alcoholic. Now I need you to cooperate with me.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the Sandwich race is waning.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
That fat racist over there, pointing to the racist lawyer man. You're just him after pumping some iron.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
The situation is serious. Your people have probably killed a man.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al-Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. It would enrich you rhetorically.
Wouldn't that mean I have to become a Simonese supremacist myself?
Well, yes. Why? Don't you want to be a Seminese supremacist? So what if you're not Seminese? You can be anything.
This is not what's written here. Well, not as such. What you do with the mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become advanced racist. I don't want to do that. Isn't Evra the union boss white?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
Turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored with you. You keep telling yourself that.
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital. Something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
Communism is pretty cool.
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you. The fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases, above all, rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
I've gotten it from disco, actually.
Offshoots of the Seminese people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminese race.
Wonderful. We're done with this line of inquiry.
Meshhead stoically looks to the distance in silence.
What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
He gestures toward the lorryman down the street.
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting the fritter nearby. He must think redheads are immigrants.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
Say nothing?
Your silence betrays your inferiority. You do not have a reply. You should enter a deep race slumber. Perhaps in 4,000 years, there is need for a servile homunculus.
Kim, what do you think about this?
I think this racist is better than the last. But the next racist will be the really good one.
Yeah.
That will be the...
That will be our lucky racist.
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Probably.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits. A protruding occiput and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
So, should we show him the stolen ID card? Which, just a reminder, looks nothing like us, which I think they told us like 15 times when we picked it up. Don't be such an asshole to your fellow dock worker.
The man looks at you, silent and unmoving. His eyes burrow into the remnants of your soul.
I didn't know what I expected.
You are not Santiago. Santiago is not you. Even the phrenically impaired can see this.
Do you know anything about this mug?
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Put this into the trash lightly.
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
He had nothing to do with it.
Right. Should we subscribe to his advanced race theory? It said I could reject it. I don't know what that really means.
Go ahead. Don't be
Wow.
shy. Just ask for race secrets.
No, I'll be better not saying anything on this topic.
That's understandable. Jean-Luc Measurehead is a sage and an intellectual giant of race theory. Who are you, handmaiden of Al Ghul?
Okay, I couldn't even make it, so good. I am not failing to see that it's getting late and I've not gotten the money yet.
Scab?
Ask a man with jolly eyes, tilting his head.
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
What exactly is a scab?
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses.
You don't seem to like them much.
Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to Scab. Or I guess scared, maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mask, squinting his eyes as if trying to assert what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money." Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
I am a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some of it?
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
Oh, he flips a coin towards you. I can try and catch it.
The coin narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such. Was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi picks up the coin and hands it to you.
I appreciate it.
Right, always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean, not slithering scabs.
Any idea who killed the hanged man?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
He shakes his head solemnly.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
Okay, nice talk, gotta get moving. And then we're down again. So far I got back my police thing. It says GRAH, the Greater Ravatal Industrial Harbor. Let's see, I have a jack. I have some money, but not nearly enough. I don't know where to get money from. There's people standing there. Coin-operated view has been banged up, inoperable. What is the difference between... Oops. You hear the distant call of seabirds, yes. I actually do. Of yellow circles and green circles. Spread of bullet holes line the wall. That's all I can do here. Because like some of them are yellow, some are green. Like this one. Hey, money! Is that the plastic bag I need to collect stuff? That might be it. Need to equip it, I think. There we go. Now I look like a proper cop. Just collecting bottles. Because I need money. Actually, could I get money from my precinct? Nothing I can't do. The job for every man. Okay. The ad reads broken window. Tip has windows. Because maybe if I
This
can't, they would give me
coin-operated
money.
viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible.
Poor little viewer, Paddock.
The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Vandalism. Shaking my head.
Probably some kids.
The lieutenant inspects the rigged slot.
A simple but clever solution to ruining a coin-operated viewer. It took ingenuity.
Look inside.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards.
Kuno.
That's Kuno on the lens.
Shift your focus to the background.
Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts. Lanky, weather-worn wooden planks. An X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo. The central symbol of the Pericarnassian church, a star, a great moral height to be strived towards. Around the large wooden building you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice.
Where will I sleep if I call in? And they won't give me anything.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
What's the tourist attraction doing here?
There was a revitalization project in '49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't stick.
What happened?
They got as far as the street lamps and that statue on the intersection before something went sour. I suspect it was Evrard Claire's doing. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
Can't we do something about it?
We should have done something about the Union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
Okay. Can't waste my money on that. On my me, just a cop collecting bottle. Oops. I have to do it individually. Really feel the pain. The sand here. Ooh, there's so much more to go. A lonely comrade surveys the sea, indifferent to your approach. I don't think I should be exploring here. I think I should go back and call in and tell them that I need money, which is, you know, working expenses. Maybe I don't even have to mention that my batch is missing. You know, just play it cool. I know my name now. I'm Harry Dubois. So, got that going for me. Huh, more trash. I'm digging this whole trash thing. Quite literally. Oh my god. Okay, let's do this.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up the radio again.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Could you connect me to the 41st precinct? I have something I need to report.
Just a second, officer.
She puts you on hold, static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar.
10-2, 10-5, this is 41st, come in, over.
The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
10-4, Station 41. I've got an urgent business, over.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over.
Just reporting in, over.
10-18, state your message, sir.
I'm in dire need of financial assistance.
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
Is it him? What does he want?
He says he needs money.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
It is paramount to the investigation that you grant me more money.
He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that.
Request denied, sir. Over.
Okay, I don't think bagging will get me anywhere. I've hurt you, no funds.
Anything else, sir? Over.
Oh my god, I need to report my badge missing.
10-9, over.
My badge, I can't find it anywhere. Basically, it's gone.
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Any other good news?
He's saying he lost his badge.
He what? He lost his badge?
So nothing.
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
He says, fighting off laughter.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Can't we just move on? I want to get it reported and be done with it.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now?
His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Enough with this now, I have other things to discuss.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
The animated conversation in the back is making it difficult for him to hear you.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun too.
The room roars with laughter.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Oh, fuck.
Convince them that you didn't lose your gun.
Even before you can get the words out, everything gets scrambled in your brain.
Of course I didn't lose my gun. Fuck it, I didn't lose my gun.
He says he didn't lose his gun. Or his fun, whatever that means.
Ask him to describe it. His gun. Not his fun. Just the gun will do.
Satellite Officer McLean requests a description of your weapon. Over.
Oh god. Whisper to Lieutenant Kim, what are you packing?
It's a single-shot kill A9. An armistice, to be precise.
Okay, it's a single shot Armistic kill A9, over.
Says it's a kill 9mm armistice.
Armistice? What, is he a fucking... Clearly he doesn't have his Villiers anymore.
Dear God, he lost his gun. Oh my, I can't.
The man succumbs to laughter again.
This isn't really a laughing matter.
Mac can face a giant of Coco Nur by himself. But Disco here made him piss his pants.
Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his... Ask him if he still got his wiener.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over.
I left it at his mama's after I fucked her ass all night. Tell him that.
That's a negative. Not going to say that. Over.
What's he saying? Share with the class.
He said he sodomized your mother.
Oh god, poor dude.
The prick ate Mama's vanilla waffles at the captain's birthday party. Some nerve he's got.
Sure her vanilla waffles were the only thing he ate?
Shut up, Chester. This isn't funny. This is my mom we're talking about.
Oh, but it's fun to ask me whether I lost my wiener.
Tell him to apologize right now.
Sergeant Orson requests that you apologize for the claims you made about his mother. Over.
If you don't like the fallout, maybe don't fuck with the Firewalker.
Like, he says you shouldn't have antagonized the Firewalker in the first place.
Who?
The disbelief in Rick Mark's voice is overwhelming.
Satellite Officer V.
Firewalker.
I'm afraid he might be referring to himself as Firewater, sir.
Firewater? He's lost it. Fuck it. Tell him to find his goddamn badge and gun. That's the only thing that matters.
Satellite Officer V.
I heard him and I'm on it.
10-4, affirmative. Officer is in pursuit of his firearm.
Oh, God,
Man is fighting back tears.
Officer, do you need further assistance? Over.
I don't know whether I should be trying. I mean, there's nothing to lose here, right? This might sound odd, but there's personal details I'd like to discuss.
Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through.
What's there to think about?
You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory. Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone.
He's clearly not there alone.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
I have my last name. Nothing of this really. But fine, hold on, are you alone in the room? I need some confidential information about myself.
That's a negative, sir. I got 10-12 visitors present here. Over.
Okay. Let's just not ask any of the questions.
Understood, sir. Over.
10-10, transmission complete, standing by, over.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
That did go... I mean, about as much, like, as well as I expected it to go. Okay. Oh, there's a new book to interact with. The leading intellectual organ of Martinez communism offers a radical Mazovian perspective on a range of contemporary issues. The cover features a stylized portrait of the late King Frizzle with a pair of white antlers growing out of his head.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Frizzle. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover.
Why antlers?
Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism. They represent a society in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it.
Why Frizzle?
Because Frizzle was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see.
Let's flip through the pages, see what catches your eye.
To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after column of closely set text, interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white.
Whoopsie, that was my alarm. Hee. Yes.
After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents. The magazine is divided into several sections: international developments, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note.
So I've had this before, where you read something in game and your character can't understand it, but I know what Kunst und Kultur is. But it's like, what is it? Read the editor's note.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism. But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going à la fumée, unlike many publications which are content to spoon-feed their readers reassuring drivel. La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth, even when that truth may drive away potential subscribers.
Only 4 issues in, and it sounds like they've already alienated the readership.
So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors.
Okay, play it cool, pretend everything's in order.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
I want to catch up on international developments.
This section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border, something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bear wrestling. Flip back to that.
Alright, let's see what this bear wrestling is all about.
It seems to be part of a new public fitness initiative in the People's Republic of Samara, SRV, devised and promoted by none other than President Kanajinsky himself. According to this extremely credulous account, Uncle Sport, as he's affectionately known to his people, has recently decreed bear wrestling the national sport of the SRV.
Hang on, tell me more about this Uncle Sport.
Based on the description in this article, he appears to be an extremely competent and democratically elected president. Sapormat Sport Kanajinsky is well into his 3rd decade as president of the SRV. Outside Samara, he's known for 3 things: brutal repression of internal dissent, monumental corruption, and a near pathological obsession with physical fitness.
Great, now let's go to the bear wrestling.
It's quite straightforward. A standard match features one man, or in some cases woman, against one bear. 2 competitors, 1 ring, 5 rounds, or until incapacitation. According to the SRV's Ministry of Information, the program has been a tremendous success. Public support stands at 87%, and youth obesity and alcoholism rates are down 12% and 7% respectively.
This is the SRV we're talking about. If you think those are the real numbers, they're probably a guy who wants to sell you a bridge and a shirt. Okay, not sure I trust these numbers.
What are you, a statistician? Did the moral intern send you on a fact-finding mission? This is the SRV party line, comrade.
Kim, do you think there's any chance our case will take us to the SRV?
The Samaran People's Republic? No, I should expect not. Why do you ask?
No reason.
You know, not too long ago, I listened to a fascinating radio program on traditional Samaran folk dances. The costumes they wear are supposed to be extraordinary. In any event, no, I haven't seen any evidence there's a Samaran angle to this case.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
What is Kunst und Kultur?
It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture.
I mean, the culture part is not hard to see there. Why they decided to title this one section in Walder is beyond you.
As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective. The Tip Top Tournée is an inter-Isolari racing series, mostly known for its high speeds, ludicrous sponsorship deals, and high death toll. In Revachol, it's held quadrennially on the prestigious Zero Carousel racing circuit.
Alright, let's see what these communists have to say about Tip Top.
You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tourney.
Wait, what's wrong with Tip Top?
Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships, and then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes. So, all of it, basically.
Hang on, who wrote this stuff?
Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines: Nasteb Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka. There's no way those are real names.
Wait, why aren't they real names?
Have you ever met anyone named Exilus? Come on, they're plainly pseudonyms.
What's so bad about sponsorship?
Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity. Thus, the so-called tourney becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a fritter.
Right, but then you get to see them crash.
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
Wow, you're right. I really am just in it for the violence.
You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip Top Tourney is simply the apotheosis of spectacular entertainment under capitalism.
Kim, did you know Tip Top Tourney is actually an orgiastic ritual of capitalistic destruction? I had no idea.
I can safely say the thought had never crossed my mind, Detective.
I wonder what else is really just a metaphor for life under capitalism.
I'm sure most things are, if the young men who wrote this article are to be believed. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor, much less a motor race. I take whatever they write with a large grain of salt.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
Okay, let's see what they mean by local concerns.
Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dockworkers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbour red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Capeside Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
Wouldn't it be better for everyone if labor and capital could reach some reasonable accommodation?
According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation with the forces of international capital or their mucilaginous allies in the coalition.
Hold on, what's this about a coalition?
Judging from the context, it's something very large and fundamental. You should probably know about it already, honestly. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of
Okay, put it away. Did that. Do have a giant novelty check. Oh, I can exchange it at the freight store.
Mazovian Socio-Economics.
Oh, this is a thought I have completed. Okay. Let's read this still.
0.00% of communism has been built. Evil, child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmezov fucked him over, personally, with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, He now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world.
Left-wing dialogue options give plus 4 XP, but -1 to visual calculus, reaction everywhere, and -1 to authority, don't threaten in the communist. And the other one's done.
Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
Well, then I'll have to overcome it. Into Psy, red check failures heal 1 moral. Fizz and mod red check fails heal 1 health. Learning cap for pain threshold raised to 6. So these are now just like part of me. I can see my skeleton there. Oops. I do have... Oh, these are internalized. And then I have others that I could do. My home. Some kind of superstar. Yeah, but I didn't want to do any of those. Track down your batch and pay for damages. Ask a station for additional funds. That didn't go too well. Okay. Real quick. Let's just head to Fritty, get in the check, and then when I have the 50, come back here and see. Is it open? Is it too late? Oh no, okay. You can sleep after 21, so 9 PM. Sleeping heals all your health and moral. Well, I don't know whether I'll be having a bed. Hey, yes, I have a gigantic...
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
She returns to the magazine.
What's that magazine she's reading?
What magazine are you reading?
You mean this?
She looks at the cover boasting a colourful photo of 2 girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Forgot all about that. What is this fashion police feature? Point at the cover.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
So, who's the most stylish there? Can't be anyone from here.
Benita. She's a model. Usually it's a model. Or a singer-songwriter. Or a model.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Okay, thanks for clearing that up, Kim. Let's proceed.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
I need to exchange this novelty check for cash.
Wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, sir.
She rolls up the giant novelty check. Looks like she's seen it before and slips it under the counter.
Anything else I can do for you?
No, you don't work for the union. The union works for you by supplying you with cash.
That's the twist you gotta spin on it.
That was easy. Worryingly so.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna... Oh, and I can bring my bottles
The
in.
tear machine step. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Okay, I got over 50, which means that next time I can go there, see if I'm allowed to sleep there. Otherwise, I'll be sad because it's past 8 already, and I don't know where else I could be sleeping. I don't know where Kim will be sleeping. But yeah, that's all stuff to be figuring out in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you again soon.